Hey there, folks. I'm very excited to be taking yet another step towards eventually becoming Frasier. And I'm doing a special call-in episode of my show. The lines are currently open. There's a Zoom link that's live on YouTube Community. The calls are starting to come in. I'm just going to have a conversation. You can call in, ask me anything you want about cooking, life, love, or all of the above.
Do you have a favorite guest call-in speaker on Frasier?
Oh, bless you. Bless you. Let's get it started, shall we? Our first caller is named Gemma McCrae. She kind of shares some of my name. So, hey, what's up, Gemma? You are in the booth with Babish.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how you doing? Thank you for calling.
I'm good. Yeah, thank you. I just kind of saw this on YouTube and was like, wow, this is like a minute ago. This is crazy.
Yeah, we had a wild idea and we decided to do it. And you are my very first ever caller. So, thank you.
Wow, I feel bad I didn't even come with a question.
Oh, God damn it.
No, the worst possible one.
Well, what's the last thing you cooked? Do you cook?
Yeah, the last thing I made was actually the aglio olio thing from Chefs, I think. That was my first video I ever saw of yours. Been cooking that a lot, and with your instructions, it's like helped me be a lot more confident in
that's
cooking
really nice.
and like seeing that.
That's really nice. Did you do the garlic at a low temperature?
I did.
That's the key.
I've made my mistake before and added like garlic crisp, I guess. And I'm like, okay, there we go.
I mean, the worst pasta aglio olio is better than the best.
Best
Colonoscopy.
Not too.
Gemma, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Oregon.
Oregon, cool. I've never been. I've always wanted to go to Oregon.
Oh, it's really beautiful.
That's
and
what
we
I
have
hear.
Really
it's
great
beautiful.
seafood and crab if you ever wanted to come out and check that out.
Well, I consider that a standing invitation.
Yay!
Well, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Oh my gosh.
And thanks for being my first caller.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great rest of your day. I hope
too.
the interviews go well.
You have a very cute dog as your
Oh, thank
icon,
you.
by the
That's
way.
Larkin.
Hi, Larkin. Give Larkin many kisses for me.
I will. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Gemma, my very first caller. And now I'm just waiting for anybody else to be vetted. So we'll get into the flow of this. We'll figure this out. We're gonna have to do a little bit of editing.
Recording in progress.
Oops. All right, we got some people in the queue. Next up is the Master Donut. The Master Donut is joining me in the interview room. Hello, the Master Donut. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. You are one of my very first callers on the new call-in episodes of my podcast. Do you have a question about love, life, food, or all the above?
Food. Specifically, my question was, if you had to choose any spice besides pepper to have freshly ground for the rest of your life, and only that spice, which would it be?
That's a great question. Thank you for calling in with a great question. That is genuinely good. My mind went straight to cumin because cumin is so much better when you grind it fresh. But
that is my answer of choice as well.
I mean, it kicks the shit out of the pre-ground stuff. You got to grind your own cumin. If you're not doing it, you don't know what you're missing. Truly, I sound like I'm joking, but my answer might surprise you if you know my predilection against cilantro. Coriander, ground coriander seed specifically, I adore. I imagine it's what cilantro tastes like to normal people.
I could believe it, but I wouldn't know for sure because I also do not like cilantro.
You got the gene, you got the bug.
I do.
It's 14% of the population. Did you know that? Well, I Googled it once years ago. It's probably something like that. And it is genetic. It's why I have a tattoo of it. It's because like you can't teach yourself to like it. You will. It's in your blood. It's done.
Yep. Soapy hell forever.
Soapy hell forever. So that's your answer is cumin? You do fresh ground cumin?
I think so. I haven't tried a ton of freshly ground spices, but I heard cumin was great. Tried a few others here and there, but cumin remains my favorite so far.
Well, between the two of us, we could make some really killer tacos. Well, thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate it. And have a great rest of your day. Keep grinding.
You as well. Thank you.
All right. That's the Master Donut just joining us. All right. Next up, we have Raymond Nunzoff. Raymond, welcome. You are in the booth with Babish. How's it going?
Going pretty good. How are you doing?
Oh, you're the first face I've seen all day. Everybody's calling in anonymously. I appreciate that.
It's good to finally meet the guy that kind of got me inspired, for cooking and whatnot. So I appreciate all the work that you've done over the years.
Thanks, man.
When you go to fry things, like you're talking like chicken, let's say chicken tenders or French fries, what do you do with like how do you dispose of the oil properly or save it for another use? Like what container would you put that in, so that you can do stuff with it? What would be your recommendation along that line?
It's going to depend on what's being fried. Frying potatoes in particular, any fries or any kind of potato fry, I would probably reuse that oil almost indefinitely. Just pass it through a really fine mesh sieve. Yeah, maybe 3 to 5 uses realistically before I'm like, okay. But something more like fish, that just permanently kind of stains it with flavor.
Right.
We have this great stuff called Fry Away that is really cool. It's these coconut oil flakes that you add to your cooking oil while it's hot, melts in there, and then once it cools, it solidifies the whole thing into a block that you can just throw in the garbage. It becomes organic waste, basically. Well, obviously, never put it down your drain, just because it will destroy your plumbing.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Hang on to the bottle that it came in. The instinct is to immediately throw the bottle away, but it's the exact size of the thing that you need to either dispose of or hang on to. So just let it cool completely, funnel it back in there, call it a day.
Absolutely. No, that's great tips. Appreciate it.
I really appreciate your call, Raymond.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Next up, we have a certain Ryan DeMayo. Ryan, you are in the booth with Babish. How's it going?
I'm great. How are you, Andrew?
Pretty good, man. Thank you for calling in. Do you have any questions about food, life, love, or all the above?
I have a question about garlic. When you're following a recipe and you're being asked to use 1 small clove of garlic or half a clove of garlic, are you really using just that amount? Or are you amping it up a little so you can actually taste the garlic?
I don't think I've ever done as little as the recipe specifies. I think I'm always doing more. There are some recipes where I'm like, holy shit, there's 8 cloves of garlic in this, and I'll maybe obey that. Then again, if it's meant to be a background player, like today I was doing a Hawaiian pork roast that I put a little bit of garlic in the dressing and the marinade, and that could definitely be too garlicky because we're dealing with fruit sweetness. So it's a moving target, but generally I'm doing way more. Is that your answer?
Yeah, absolutely. And I buy garlic, I use it all the time, but I usually buy a bunch. Sometimes it gets a little old.
Absolutely. And with old garlic, if you don't want to use it in the recipes, if you just have a lot of it left over, if you overbought or anything, definitely confit that stuff. I don't know if you've ever confit it before, but it is so worth the time and oil. Literally just set your oven to 225 Fahrenheit, peel all the cloves, get them loose, cover them with just enough oil to cover, put it in the oven for like at least an hour up to 2 hours until they're just starting to turn like golden brown-ish. Strain them out and just spread them on anything you want to suddenly make awesome.
Sounds worth looking into. Sweet. That's an in the booth hot take.
Hell yeah, dude. You're coming up with new catchphrases for me. Thank you. Check it out. Have a good day. Thanks for calling in, man. Next up, we have Nathan. Nathan, you're in the booth with Babish. How's it going?
Amazing. Yes. I was just on YouTube. I was looking at new videos, and then your link popped up. I was like, is this real?
Well, I'm glad that you caught it, because we were just going to do this for an hour and then we had to pull it down. So thanks for calling in. Do you have any questions about food, life, love, or all of the above?
Yeah, actually. One of my new favorite things that you're doing on your channel is the best with Babish and like the ranked with Babish, where you rank everything.
Thank you.
I was just curious about kind of how that all started on the channel, kind of what the thought process was.
I'm going to give you a long and personal and emotional answer. I hope that's okay.
I love it.
Basically, I had a massive mental breakdown in 2022. I self-admitted to a rehab center because I was just completely, detached from reality. I had oh, hello, what's up?
Oh, sorry.
You're in San Francisco. So I had this big mental breakdown, and I came back to the studio and was making things at a diminished capacity for a while. Then, it ramped back up to our usual cadence, which was like 2-3 episodes a week. Different ranking videos were popping off at the time. And at first I was resistant. Like I'd said, other people are already doing this. And my crew kept saying, but people want to see you do it. They want to hear your take. And so eventually I listened to them, and it was just so much fun that we've just continued doing it. It's off on its own channel now and beyond Babish. I actually end up getting a lot of really good consumer information. And I end up learning so much about food and food products that I had no idea about. And it's helped me make more informed decisions and give better advice. So it's making me a better cook. And so it was a number of things. It was a response to my own personal crisis, but also what was working well at the time and what we needed as an organization.
No, I love that. I mean, I can almost guarantee your series is helping people that, like, if they're having a bad day or if they're feeling down, they just got to watch one of your videos. They'll be all better.
That's really nice to hear, man. Because I mean, I struggle with all kinds of mental stuff, depression, whatnot. And there are days when I'm like, nobody wants to see me do this. What am I doing? And I'll get really down on myself. So hearing that really, really helps, and it means a lot. So thank you so much.
Absolutely, yeah. Do you have time for one more 10-second question?
For you, I got all day.
Nice, I love it. Do you have a favorite guest call-in speaker on Frasier?
Oh, bless you. Bless you. I appreciate you knowing that. And also, I don't know if you've watched much of Frasier.
Oh, I've seen the whole thing. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. No, it's the greatest sitcom of all time. I thought this was William H. Macy, but I don't think it is. This dude called in and he was saying to Frasier that his radio was talking to him.
Yeah.
And he was like, now and Frasier's like, turn off your radio. And he's like, now it's giving me orders. And it's like, I'm a very smart radio. I care about you. I want you to get out. I was like, that's actually a really good psychological response to this particular neurosis, is just like play into it. I'm a very smart radio. You got a problem. We got to work on this. And he's like, okay, sorry, Dr. Crane, I got to go.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I love that one. That is so good.
It's a perfect, no, wait, hold on. There's one that is an incredible one-liner where it's like, all right, Dr. Crane, I work as a security guard and I can see all the security cameras and I'm watching myself on this security camera and I don't approve of what I'm seeing myself do, or something like that. Or it's just you gotta be jerking off. That's the only thing that could be. So that brought me a lot of joy, and I hope Frasier continues to bring you joy as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's scenes I'll just rewatch over and over because it's just like, it's comedy.
If you're ever looking to convert people to bring in new followers, I suggest season 2, episode 3 as the best one to bring people in on. It's called The Matchmaker. Do you remember that one? Yeah, no, it's a classic romantic mix-up. All the comedy comes from just the mix-up and Frasier being a jackass as usual, and that's really what makes Frasier special. So.
Oh, yep, absolutely.
All right, well, keep watching Frasier, and thank you for watching me, and thank you for your question, sir. That was lovely. Okay, next up we have a phone number. This is going to be fun. I have to figure out who this person is because they're a phone number. Hello. All I can see is your phone number. What's your name? You're in the booth with Babish.
Oh, what's up, Babish? This is Ellis. I'm from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn.
Oh, we're neighbors.
Nice. But I just wanted to ask you, bro, like, what are like some 10 seasonings that like everybody like needs in their like cooking cabinet?
Ooh, that's a good question, Ellis. Like individual seasonings or seasoning mixes? What are we talking?
Like individual, like stuff like paprika, stuff like that, you know?
That's what I was hoping you were going to say. Just because generally I stay away from spice mixes because then I have no control. Okay, 10, here we go. Paprika, for color mostly. Most paprika in the States doesn't taste like anything, but it adds great color. Then the opposite of that is cayenne. Cayenne can add great color, but for the most part, it adds heat and not much else. It doesn't have much of a flavor of its own. So if you're just trying to bring spice and no other accompanying flavor, great way to go. Cumin, for the sake of if you ever want to make Mexican food in your life, you need to have cumin, preferably whole cumin that you can grind up in a coffee grinder or in a mortar and pestle. I mean, I want to say onion and garlic powder because they're so versatile and necessary. I am a huge fan of, I was about to say Ras El Hanout, but that is a spice blend, so we can't do that. Aleppo pepper. It's a very fruity, almost citrusy kind of pepper. It's really nice. To wit, sumac. I love sumac. Very versatile, really wonderful to put on like fruit and in different barbecue situations. It's almost lemony. It's almost like lemon zest or something. It's not tangy or anything. It's just got that like citrus vibe to it, and it's a really nice way to add it. It is also a beautiful color. Three more. I got three more. I think a really good chili powder, not generic chili powder, McCormick's. Nowadays, this is getting sold in more and more grocery stores, like an ancho chili powder. You know, just a specific chili. Chili ancho is going to bring some incredible heat and smoke and really profound, vibrant flavor, as opposed to generic chili powder, which just, it has a flavor, but it's really a basis, kind of like paprika. It's just like a substrate, if you will. Cinnamon, gotta have cinnamon. No explanation there. Gotta have cinnamon. And last, oh man, I wish I had my spice rack handy. Mustard powder. Mustard powder is very useful, and anytime you need acidity and, you know, abrasiveness, like it brings mustard flavor without using actual mustard, which can be very, very handy. I'm tempted to throw a dried herb in there, like a thyme or rosemary, but generally fresh herbs are going to treat you better than dried. Yeah, I'd say that's my 10. What do you think?
I mean, you're saying things that I've never heard of, like Aleppo pepper, mustard powder. I've never heard of that. I can't go wrong with some garlic powder. I feel like onions, sometimes I always feel like if you add too much, now your whole thing just tastes like onions.
Yeah, it's very strong.
And when you do it by eyeball, you're just like, I'm just going to put a little bit. Oh, damn, I got to start over.
Yeah, with those stupid lids that, you know, either give you a little tiny sprinkle or they give you everything. You know, I take back Aleppo pepper. That was getting a little fussy, and I left out dried oregano. Dried oregano is far and away the best dried herb. Like, it is in many ways better than fresh oregano. Like, fresh oregano is really bracing and powerful. And dried oregano, not only is it really tasty, but you need it for everything from Mexican to Greek to Italian. You need it for so many different cuisines. And yeah, in roast chicken, you cannot go wrong.
I only really started cooking on my own recently. Like, I'm usually, my mother's the one who's like coaching me sometimes.
For chicken, do you do what? Breast, thighs, whole? What are you making?
Usually I work with like thighs. I like to work with thighs, even though like they're very tricky to nail, especially when you put them in the oven. Thighs
are particularly tricky because, like, you know, the FDA says cook chicken to 165, and normally I'm pushing chicken breast to 150. And thighs, you want to get up to like 185 because they're full of connective tissue and fat that needs to break down. And can I make a suggestion, something to try?
Oh, of course. I got a piece of paper right in front of me.
Do you have a pan, like a fry pan that's oven safe? In other words, it has like a metal handle?
Yeah.
Try getting skin on chicken thighs and put them skin side down in a cold pan, which sounds crazy, but start it in a cold pan, heat it up slowly. That's going to make all the fat render out of the skin, and it's basically going to make it crispier, and just keep it there. The skin is going to glue itself to that pan unless it's like nonstick. It's going to just fuse to the pan, and you're going to be like, oh no, I ruined this. Keep it going. Don't let it burn. You don't want to be too hot. And eventually, as soon as it forms a really nice crust, it'll lift right off. And then you flip it over and you deglaze the pan with the chicken thighs right in there, with chicken stock, with maybe some white wine, or just chicken stock is fine. Then throw that in an oven. Throw it in like a 325 degree Fahrenheit oven and braise that together, 30 minutes until the chicken's nice and tender. Then we end up with is some chicken thighs with nice crispy skin, but really tender braised meat underneath. The key is to just keep the liquid below the skin.
Cooking's a learning process, right?
Yeah, and it's a really hard learning process because the only way to learn is to use expensive ingredients and potentially ruin them. Like, it's tough. Thank you so much for calling in, Ellis.
Thank you so much. Big fan, and keep up the good work.
Thank you. Hope it goes well. Hey, Patrick, how's it going? You're in the booth with Babish.
Hello, Babish. This is Patrick.
Nice to meet you, man. Thank you for calling in. Do you have any questions about food, life, love, or all of the above?
I have a question about food.
Excellent.
I'm vegetarian, and while you understandably mostly cook meat, I do wonder about one specific thing. Spam is kind of a magic ingredient for like a lazy dinner in terms of texture and flavor and everything that it adds. The problem is it's not vegetarian. And to my limited knowledge, the best alternative is essentially mushrooms. Great texture, great taste, and so on. You can kind of just switch it out. The problem is there are only so many mushrooms, and I'm looking for an alternative. Do you maybe have something in mind?
Oh, man. Mushrooms are definitely the best vegetable for a meat-like flavor that comes to mind. Something like with Spam, especially if you're trying to recreate the form factor, you might be best going with something like a textured vegetable protein that you flavor with like a vegetable stock or something. Whenever I make vegetable stock, I take as many vegetables as I possibly can and shave them super thinly and roast them and then simmer them in water. The very thin slices extracts the maximum amount of flavor. The roasting also works well with the thin slices because there's more surface area that's being browned more quickly, so you're getting more flavor. If you were to rehydrate some sort of vegetarian protein using a really robust homemade vegetable stock, you'd probably end up with something relatively meaty. Mushrooms should obviously play a big part in that, but if you really want to try to recreate Spam, you're not going to do much better than a commercially bought meat product or a fake meat product like Impossible or Beyond. Impossible, I think, is the best, and they're just becoming available in stores. So if you were to then add the requisite spices to that are in Spam, I'm trying to think of even what they are. It's just a shit ton of salt and probably some curing spices and stuff like that. You'd probably end up with something relatively similar, and you could bake it up, slice it, fry it, same way. I wish I knew more vegetarian and vegan tricks. I tried to make a vegan Wellington recently with Nick DiGiovanni. It did not go well. I wish you all the best of luck with that. I hope that any of that was helpful, and I hope that you find a Spam equivalent very, very soon. All right, we have Alex, you're in the booth with Babish. What's going on?
Yeah, so first of all, I'm a huge Frasier fan as well, just like you were.
Yeah.
It helped me a lot during like really difficult times in my life. Like, I had it on in the background, just like during like COVID and stuff. And
it's a great background watch, and it's a great comfort.
yeah, it's and the writing is just so clever.
It is a classic, and it is timeless. Like, I've shown people it for the first time. They've never seen it, and they're 39, and they will still be like, oh my God, all the wasted years.
Yeah, exactly.
They hit the mark on the very first episode. If you go back and watch the first episode, it is virtually identical to every, not in terms of writing, but like it is familiar immediately. There's nothing weird or different about the pilot. The pilot has one of my favorite lines in it, which is a little barbed exchange between Frasier and Niles, where Frasier says, "Of course I know that about you. When was the last time you had an unexpressed thought?" And Niles smiles and he says, "I'm having one now."
Oh, that is so nice. Yeah. One of my favorite quotes was from Frasier, and it was talking to Niles like, Copernicus called, and it turns out that you're not the center of the universe, which is something...
Which is very clever, yeah. Oh, I want to keep throwing quotes back and forth, but do you have any questions about food, life, love, or all of the above? Or Frasier?
Yeah. So the question that I want to ask you, like, so you have a background like in film, obviously. Where did that pop up to make that switch from something so different, like to cooking, and where did that pop up? Like, where did that start?
I appreciate the question because it is one I love to answer, because my whole career, my being here talking to you like this, is a result of a lifetime of accidents and little, idiosyncrasies that all added up to something that I didn't see until it was right in front of me. I always had a passion for movies and for food. Those were my two big things. When I was graduating high school, I had to choose. Am I going to culinary school? Am I going to film school? I chose film school. So it was just a very active hobby of mine, and I went into visual effects, post-production. I was working in commercials. I spent 2 weeks in bed pretending I had food poisoning because I was just so down. I had just gotten out of a documentary I was working on that was really rough. I just started, I started going to therapy, and I got put on antidepressants, which was very helpful. It opened up bandwidth, and I was just like, I'm just going to shoot something. I bought a DSLR, took out a loan. I was already deeply in debt, and I took out another $5,000 to get a DSLR and a lens and a light. And I was like, I just got to shoot something, anything. So I was cooking that night and I was watching Parks and Rec background the same way you watch Frasier. I was watching Parks and Recreation, and there was a burger cook-off, and I was like, oh, that'd be fun. I'm going to try that. So it was very accidental. I was at my lowest. I was at my absolute lowest when I started doing this show. So the next time you find yourself in a deeply depressing low spot, I don't mean to sound too much like a motivational poster, but it very well could be the impetus for the next big step of your life. It's a dangerous kind of fallacy that we tell ourselves when we see somebody who has pivoted their life like really hard or found success or whatever, that there's like an aha moment. And there might be for some people, but like for me, it was a lifetime of intention, unknown intention that kind of, coalesced at the right moment.
That is very true. When I have a younger sister who was suicidal around your age, and I helped her get on antidepressants and stuff, and she's really happy now. She's doing really great now. I'm really proud of her.
Happy to hear that, and great respect for doing that. That's a loving thing to do. More often than not, people run away from situations like that. That you faced it head on, and that she's doing great now. You're a really wonderful brother. Like I just met you, but I know it. I know it. I feel it in my bones. So, and having an older brother myself who's taken care of me during tough times, and vice versa. Thank you for what you did. That's really, really special.
And I'll still keep watching you, despite your interesting takes about Gatorwine. So it's fun.
See, here's the thing. Everybody thinks I love Gatorwine, and I don't love it. I was just shocked that I didn't hate it. Like yeah. And then I got drunk. Yeah. And I will say, if you find yourself some cheap ass red wine and some blue Gatorade, and serve it over ice, it's kind of like sangria. It's not that bad.
I'll take that advice. Okay.
Anyway, thank you for saving your sister's life.
Have a nice day.
Have a good one.
See you.
Okay. Last up, we have Dr. Emily. Dr. Emily, you are in the booth with Babish. Thank you so much for calling in. Do you have any questions about food, life, love, or all the above?
I have questions about food, specifically affiliated with a college. How can we get college students more involved or invested in food systems, but especially sustainable food systems? I think starting with food systems for students, moving beyond the classic ramen or TikTok trending thing.
So just better nutrition for students.
Better nutrition, sustainable nutrition, all of that.
When you start learning how food is made, you respect it more, you understand better what's being put in your body. So if anything, cooking classes, if you can just get some induction burners in a large space, and just opportunities, even if they don't have the ability to cook for themselves day to day, the opportunity to learn and try, I think alone would work wonders. I loved taking cooking classes when I was younger. I loved home ec, in the brief little moment that I had it. So I hate to be reductive and be like cooking classes, but I mean, that's a very effective way to do it.
Here's the thing. If we can teach students to code, probably we should also be teaching them how to cook or do laundry or anything else that provides them life skills beyond research.
I also think what am I saying? Soup kitchens. Kitchens. Volunteering in soup kitchens. That was one of my favorite things to do back when I lived near one. I used to be one stop away from St. Joseph's Soup Kitchen in the East Village. And there's so many that just want volunteers. You don't have to have any skills. They'll teach you. And it's one of the most rewarding things you can do, both in terms of learning, here's how a big organization uses these kinds of ingredients to feed these many people. Usually they're just getting stuff that is getting donated. So they're trying to figure it out with what they got. So you're learning some actual cooking skills, some food system skills, and it's one of the most gratifying and rewarding
That's a great idea.
Things to feed people who need it. I think that not to virtue signal too hard. It's just like that's a really effective way to teach a little cooking, teach a little food. I think that would be a cool way to go.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a great idea. I didn't even think of that.
And food, soup kitchens, food pantries, they always need help. And at the end of you usually end up with a meal out of it. At least you get to eat what you cooked. So it's a win-win. But I so appreciate that is what's on your mind and that's what you're advocating for.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
Thank you so much for calling in today. You're my last caller, and it was a delight.
Wow, okay. Huge fan of you, huge fan of Frasier. So this is living out my Frasier dreams too.
I mean, this is the coolest thing in the world. I guess.
No, I have to ask though, are you going to have a guest voice come on like Frasier would have?
A Roz? Oh, you mean like a celebrity caller? Okay.
A celebrity call-in. Just putting it out there as a Frasier fan. I loved guessing all of them.
I need to have casual relationships with a couple more celebrities. Let's work on that. Let's have the people upstairs get to work on that, shall we? All right, take care. Well, that was an absolute joy. I really appreciated the humor that I came across, but also the really insightful questions. I had a lot of fun doing this. So if you guys liked it, please let me know because I want to do it more. Thank you so much for watching and keep cooking. I will if you will.